Genau. Und somit auch jetzt, liebe Leute, zurück zu diesem weiteren Livestream. Wie ihr seht, sind wir jetzt hier bei der Nintendo Indie World 3 Red. Hier oben steht man es ja, wo wir das letzte Mal stehen geblieben sind, also nicht das letzte Mal. Aber der
Peggy
Großteil
16.
wird daran jetzt schon gesehen haben, nur ich noch nicht. Und werde es somit jetzt live übertragen. Und apropos, wenn es euch gefällt, lasst dann ein Follower da, Abo da lassen und einen Daumen nach oben, hilft den Kanal. Und ihr verpasst nichts mehr. Bis dahin schauen wir uns das jetzt mal an und schauen, wie die David war. Oder was da so Neues vorkommt. Wenn es so mit Betsys 816 anfängt, ist ja meistens Schrott dabei.
Hello, and welcome to Indie World. I'm Amber.
And I'm Paul. We're back to show you some indie games coming to Nintendo Switch.
Let's dive right in.
Okay.
Fans of classic RPGs with modernized elements will want to check out Sea of Stars. It tells the story of two children of the solstice, a lunar monk and a solar blade dancer. They must combine the powers of the sun and the moon to perform eclipse magic, the only thing that can fend off monsters created by an evil alchemist known as the Fleshmancer.
Fluid and engaging turn-based combat. Stunning dynamic lighting. A world where you can traverse freely and explore every nook and cranny. And that's just scratching the surface. Not to mention the incredibly moving story with plenty of twists and turns. It's also set in the same universe as The Messenger and serves as a prequel. But don't worry, you don't need to have played The Messenger to fully enjoy this gorgeous game.
And get this, some of the music was composed by none other than the renowned Yasunori Mitsuda, who composed music for Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Sea of Stars launches on Nintendo Switch, winter 2022.
Hi，我是世璇。
嗨，我是 Nate，我们是 Underscore Team，很高兴有机会带来这款游戏。阿丽莎，
希望借由 Asia 与绿夏的冒险旅程，可以让我们重新体验到人生当中会面临到许多痛苦的选择。这也是我们创作阿丽莎的初衷。
希望你可以开始寻找你的伙伴，因为阿丽莎接下来会在Switch上与大家见面。利用独特的操作玩法，我们也预期可以为你与伙伴之间带来非常不一样的体验。我们Switch上见吧。
拜。
There's plenty to admire in this puzzle adventure game. For twin sisters Aisha and Lisha, cooperation is key in safely navigating this deserted temple. The game makes creative use of the various input options available on Nintendo Switch. Each sister is controlled differently, and you can control both via solo or local co-op play. With Aisha, you'll use motion controls with Joy-Con controllers in TV mode. And with Lisha, you'll use touch controls to guide the helper robot Ambu in handheld mode.
However you choose to play, you'll need the sisters to work together by exchanging clues and operating devices that can help you go deeper inside the temple. But be careful, it's filled with all sorts of menacing monsters and treacherous traps, some of which can trigger different endings. The heartfelt, overlapping music when playing with a friend, coupled with the emotional story, will complement your journey to uncover the secrets residing within.
Alicia, the Oblivion of Twin Goddesses, launches as a console exclusive on Nintendo Switch, Spring 2022.
Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Joe. We're two brothers who started our own indie studio in order to make a classic point-and-click adventure game. Today, we're excited to announce our debut title, Locomotive.
Set aboard a 1930s express train, you find yourself caught in the middle of a deadly mystery, full of twists, turns, and larger-than-life characters. Soul-satisfying puzzles, and clear your name once and for all.
We both grew up playing point-and-click adventure games, and it's been a long-term ambition for us to put our own spin on it.
We can't wait for you to play Locomotive when it comes to the Nintendo Switch system.
Welcome aboard the Royce Express, where my guests indulge in luxury travel, fine dining, and murder. Well then, who's at hand to catch my killer? There's my trusty lawyer, a would-be detective, and Her Majesty's Secret Service. There's just one problem. They're the suspects. With puzzles to solve, palms to grease, and clues to uncover, they'd better prove their innocence fast, or it's the end of the line in an adventure that's not just nuts. It's Locomotive!
Ooh, I do love me a good murder mystery.
Then you'll love Locomotive, a single-player point-and-click comedy adventure. Climb aboard the Royce Express and investigate the suspicious death of Lady Unterwald.
You'll play as a straight-laced lawyer, an amateur detective, and an undercover agent at different points in the story. Along the way, you'll meet a fully voiced cast of quirky characters and solve head-scratching puzzles to prove your innocence. Figure out who done it and what locomotive inspired them to murder in the first place. Locomotive steamrolls onto Nintendo Switch summer 2022.
Rama, wake up! It's almost 1 p.m., you sleepyhead. Your friends are waiting for you. Come on! I miss you too, Rama. But you need to live your life.
On behalf of the Pixelnesia team from Indonesia, I'm proud to announce our upcoming game, After Love EP. After Love EP is a modern-day story of music, loss, acceptance, loving others as well as yourself. While the game is heavily inspired by the aesthetic and storytelling format of the Japanese manga, the game itself is set in Jakarta. We want players to experience this vibrant place we call home, which is also considered as the melting pot of the multicultural people of Indonesia. We cannot wait to let you experience our unique narrative adventure and explore our interpretation of Jakarta.
From the creative director of What Comes After and Coffee Talk comes a stirring narrative about love, loss, and lyricism. Set in Jakarta, Indonesia, After Love EP focuses on young musician Rama, who struggles to compose music after his girlfriend Cinta passes away. By communicating with Cinta's voice inside his head, Rama will learn how to cope with grief, forge new relationships, and even potentially love again.
A mixtape of visual novel, rhythm game, and narrative adventure, After Love EP challenges you to complete an EP of music to fulfill a promise made to Cinta. There are multiple endings based on the choices you make, as well as an original soundtrack from Indonesian band Alfalfa, and striking art direction from Soyatu.
Start anew in After Love EP, launching on Nintendo Switch, summer 2022.
hungry. I could go for a snack. Or for some dungeon munchies.
Then this 2D side-scrolling action platformer should definitely satisfy your craving. You are dead. Well, you were dead, and now you've been revived in a mysterious underground facility. But forget hanging around here. You've got to get out.
With the help of the undead necro chef Simmer, you'll hunt down monsters, then cook and eat them. There are around 100 dishes that provide various abilities. One dish, for example, might give you the power to serve up new combos.
So you are what you...
Monsters. So mix and match to get the right meal for... Better bring a voracious appetite when Dungeon Munchies devours its way onto Nintendo Switch later today.
Hej med jer. Jeg hedder Niels. Jeg er spilinstruktør og lyddesigner hos Bedtime Games. Jeg har lavet spilmusik i over 10 år. Vores kommende spil, Figment 2, er fyldt med masser af musical boss fights og andre lydlækkerier. For at få de mest punchy lyde, har jeg været ude ved mit træsvær og smadret på havegriller og kaffekanner. Musikken i Figment indordner sig efter dig. Vi har brugt rigtig meget energi på at få lyd, musik og gameplay til at spille sammen. Og vi glæder os rigtig meget til at vise jer spillet. I'm coming back to the surface. I need time to make things right. So hold on and soon comes the day. And there are sights you must see to believe them.
We're already on to the next segment?
Yep, this isn't a figment of your imagination.
Oh, very funny. In this musical puzzle adventure game, you'll make your way through a rhythmic world set in the human mind. Unfortunately, nightmares are spreading chaos everywhere. It's up to you to put an end to their fearsome schemes. Play solo or locally with a friend as you wield your trusty sword and engage in combat. Manipulate environments to solve compelling puzzles, and have symphonic showdowns against some musically menacing bosses.
That sounds like trouble. Or, trouble.
Ugh. Figment 2, Creed Valley begins its Symphony on Nintendo Switch February 2022. A free demo will be available later today on Nintendo eShop.
Deep sea diving? Check. Investing? Check. Drawing? Check. Surviving on the moon? Check that too. A slew of board games from developer Oink Games are coming to Nintendo Switch.
Go on thrilling and risky treasure hunts in deep sea adventure. Become the biggest investor in startups. Catch the sketchy rogue and don't get caught in A Fake Artist Goes to New York. And recover supplies with your fellow astronauts to survive in Moon Adventure. The games are designed to be easy to understand. They also capture and recreate the feel of their original tabletop versions.
You can play all the games, locally and online, so you can play with friends near and far. Get together and play on one system, or create a room with friends. More games will also be added in the future.
Start a game night with Let's Play Oink Games, launching as a timed console exclusive on Nintendo Switch later today.
Hi, I'm Javier, CEO and programmer at Herobit Studios.
Hi, I'm Iris. I'm working as an environment artist for our upcoming title, Endling Extinctions Forever.
We wanted to create a game that raises awareness about how the world may be in the near future if we don't change our consumption habits.
The environment is mainly presented during night, since we want to emphasize a fox's natural behavior and contrast a calm but deteriorating world and human threats during the day.
We hope that Endling may encourage everyone to reflect, but also that players around the world can enjoy its story, gameplay, and cuteness.
As the last mother fox in Endling, Extinction is Forever, you'll need to keep your 3 cubs alive and lead them to safety in a world ravaged by humanity.
In this game blending stealth, survival, and adventure, you'll make your way through devastated environments to reach the one place on Earth where humans can't hurt you. Along the way, you'll hunt other animals to feed your cubs, as well as teach them new skills to make them less vulnerable to predators. I really hope they make it.
I do too. But in the end, how many of your cubs survive the perilous journey is up to you.
Endling, Extinction is Forever. Launches on Nintendo Switch, Spring 2022.
Here's more info about the skateboarding action platformer Ollie Ollie World from our friends at Roll7 and Private Division.
Far across the Ollie Ollie world is Radlandia, a nation forged by the skate gods. Join your crew and travel across our beautiful land. Wall ride among the trees, forge new paths through the desert, or cross moving platforms in picturesque Sketchside. You'll see some weird stuff along the way. But don't worry, that's just part of your journey to Nirvana. There you'll compete with champions, challenging each other's skills to win rewards, and create new routes to share with your friends. So come shred by the sea, chase a bee, meet a tree, get on down to Radlandia, and achieve Nirvana. Bonus items? Oh, nice. Get me some of those.
Ollie Ollie World rolls onto Nintendo Switch February 8th, 2022. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Hi, I'm Banner Rudis, director of River City Girls 2.
And I'm Colleen Fannin, producer of River City Girls 2.
I've been a River City fan since the days of the Nintendo Entertainment System, and in fact, this is the 3rd River City game I've worked on. So I'm thrilled to bring you an all-new adventure starring Misako, Kyoko, Kunio, and Ricky.
We were blown away by the response to the first River City Girls. So, for the sequel, we're including everything players loved about the original, plus a whole lot more, including online co-op.
We're working really hard to get this game into your hands as soon as possible. In the meantime, please enjoy our debut trailer for River City Girls 2.
More baddies to take down? Let's go!
Right there with ya. Way Forward is back with the sequel to the acclaimed beat-em-up, River City Girls. There's trouble brewing once again in River City, with higher stakes, meaner streets, and even more over-the-top humor. Take control of one of 6 characters, including returning powerhouses Kyoko and Misako. Each character has their own fighting style and upgradable movesets, which you'll need as you set off on a new quest, picking up where the first game left off.
And when we say new, we mean it. New moves, enemies, areas, items, and a new soundtrack by the first game's composer, Megan McDuffie. Not to mention branching paths, as well as a return of a familiar foe. Get the fists flying solo, or team up with a friend, locally or online. What do you say, Paul? Ready to give some goons the old 1-2?
Oh, heck yeah!
River City Girls 2 punches its way onto Nintendo Switch, summer 2022. We've got several more innovative indie games coming to Nintendo Switch. From painting the world to a management sim with dinosaurs. Enjoy! that's all for today's Indie World. Or not. We've got one more game. Check it out.
Scheint es dann auch bald gewesen zu sein. Der Direct, der Indie Showcase, so wie es aussieht. Mal sehen, was da hier noch erwarten wird. Ist bis jetzt mehr oder weniger, wie gesagt, Schrott dabei. Nichts Interessantes, was jetzt einen wirklich umhauen würde. Das Einzige, was wirklich interessant ist, ist das eine System mit dem Futz. Eventuell. Omori. Das ist etwas
The
Interessantes.
critically acclaimed RPG Omori is making its way onto Nintendo Switch.
Travel back and forth between two strange and vibrant worlds, each one brimming with colorful friends and foes to uncover a forgotten past. You'll experience an unconventional story and turn-based battle system, supplemented by warm illustrations by renowned artist Omocat, who also produced, wrote, directed, and coded much of the game. Omori does lean into some heavy topics, so be prepared. It's quite the journey.
Omori launches on Nintendo Switch spring 2022.
And that's all for today's Indie World. We hope you enjoyed the lineup of games in today's
Das
showcase.
war die
As
Indie
always,
World
we'd like to thank
Direct.
everyone in the indie community working on games for Nintendo Switch. And thank
Und
you for watching.
somit
Until next time.
war
Happy
eigentlich mal
gaming.
wieder nichts Interessantes dabei bei der Indie World. So diesmal, was mich jetzt unbedingt umhauen würde. Oder was interessant war, bis auf das eine Thema mit dem Futz. Das war ganz in Ordnung gemacht. Aber alles andere nicht so mein Fall. Naja, schauen wir mal. Vielleicht kommt im März oder Februar auch wieder mal eine Nintendo Direct. Und dann im April noch eine Indie Showcase oder Indie Direct nochmal für ein weiteres Bildschirm. Mal sehen. Auf jeden Fall, wie gesagt, von meiner Seite her war es das jetzt auch erstmal von der Indie Showcase. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, auch. War nicht mein Fall, die Indie Show, aber wenn es euch auf meinen Kanal gefällt, Follower da lassen, Daumen nach oben und ja, Abo nicht vergessen. Bis dahin, schönen Tag noch und goodbye.